Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we have something special here. We have the results of, I believe, a trade that I've made. This is one of the first kind of perma trades I've made. And just to double check that there's nothing else in here, I opened the baggie already because, one, it had all my information on it, no matter which way you looked, so it was a bit of a faff. But yeah, here we have a box here. And here we have something that's, it's far from what I expected to happen with a lot of my kind of things. But in here we have some special bits and bobs, which I think is super duper awesome. So in this box we have, okay, here we go. Here's the unveiling. One, we've got some Loctites, which I guess it's always nice to have more. Two, we have some rep scales, which actually look really, really nice. I was expecting these to kind of be like some cheapo, not super nice plastic, but these are actually really, really nice. They're like a solid, they're probably some sort of ABS of some sort, or PVC. They look more like ABS than whatnot. Here we have, a little bit of a spoiler. I mean, you've already seen the title, isn't it? A little bit of a spoiler as to what's inside, but this is quite cool. I have this as well, and then we have two things here. One is a baggie full of hardware and little bits and bobs, and weirdly enough, I've traded one of my old knives back, which is, not something I'd almost ever expected to do. We'll start with this one first, because this is my old TheOne Alpha Beast clone, which seems to have held up shockingly well. I mean, still with my aftermarket, bless you, thank you, aftermarket hardware, with a really, really cool green bite handle indicator on the safe handle, which I find quite funny. But yeah, here it is. And wow, it looks just as good as ever, really. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even feel heavy. Dude, this thing, okay. It feels a little dry. Here are the tolerances, how they've held up. And I mean, some of these colors are fantastic, but essentially my plan with this guy is to take these handles off again, which they look really, really nice. Honestly, like, I thought they were much uglier than, they're prettier than what I remember. But yeah, my plan will be to take this all off, give this a nice polish, not like a mirror polish, but get me to like a nice kind of Scotch-Brite kind of finish, and then go for this blue apple color again. Just try and kind of fix what I wasn't able to do before, get these things going nicely. That's the plan, at least. On this guy, I have some lube somewhere, but we'll deal with that later. But this is kind of like a double unboxing for you guys. So not only do we have this, and we'll be going over how to change your rep scales and preserve a good tune with these as well, we also have this guy here. Now this is potentially a new beta of mine, and it will be going up against something else, which will also be eventually some sort of beta. And this kind of harks back to my original clone Balisong, I guess. First non-Amazon Balisong, which, first of all, it only taps on one side. Okay, that's already promising. And here we have a TheOne Chab clone, absolutely destroyed here by tape and I believe a hammer. Which, this thing has a very interesting story. I've never had one of these in the scimitar blade. I've only had the alt one. And I mean, oh, wow. Well, first thing I can say right off the bat is how comfortable this is. This is very, very nicely rounded. This is way nicer than mine. Potentially older or newer, I'm not really sure. But, yeah, we can also have a proper comparison between the Chab and the Alpha Beast clones, both by TheOne, which is, nice to know, at least. Okay, the screws are on backwards, which is, quite funny. Yeah, I don't think this will come with a latch or anything. No latches included, which is fine. I wasn't even going to latch it anyways. But yeah, this, potentially with the trainer blade, will become a beater of some sort. How does this... Okay, it's got potential. It has potential. I'll definitely be changing out all of this hardware, the male hardware at least, because I have really nice T6 screws, and I have like T10 ones, I believe. I think this guy is T10. I upgraded him to T10, I believe. Yeah, it looks like T10. But yeah, I think it's really, really cool. People who say these things are heavy, I mean, I have no clue what you guys are talking about. Like, this thing sounds fantastic. This, also, I got rid of mine because it was super loud, and that ring, okay, yeah, I remember why I got rid of it now. But yeah, the ring in the handles is something unique. But yeah, we'll see how these pins are. We'll see how all this hardware is. Perhaps I'll even make a video on bringing this guy back up to scratch. But overall, I mean, the fact that it's that bouncy with this kind of tolerances here, it's not bad. I mean, I think it's just the safe handle tapping. Maybe not even. Yeah, that safe handle taps a little bit, and that was also fine. You know, I'll probably try to get it to a tune akin to this, where this, you know, there's a bit of wiggle, and there's your play, which on a sandwich bar song there'll always be a bit more play than on a channel one. Well, the one thing I love about this guy is those tang pins. I'm sorry, guys. Tang pins, they are superior to Zen pins for flipping, in my opinion. You know, I just think that they feel so much nicer to flip on. Also, please ignore my water bottle that's just kind of chilling here. It's like a nice, like, decorational piece, you know what I mean? Let's give it a nice advertise. I'm not sponsored, but, you know, sparkling water for real men. Yeah, this thing is super nice. This is a flipper I really enjoy. I would make this my beta. I don't know if they make a trainer for this, though. I don't think they do, but I'd also feel so bad if I were to beat this, but that just, it's just nice. It's just nice. Thing is, I also do enjoy the balance with the spaces taken out and with like washers in there and bushings and whatnot, like barrel spaces. But honestly, just this stock configuration is really, really nice. And I like the colour. I also am a big fan of the grey here, of the Chab. Now, I've not flipped a Chab in, you know, a year and a half or so, basically since the beginning of my channel. It was my first Balisong that I ever sold. And I mean, it makes a nice noise, and we'll see, is this really still the king of clones? You know, I'll compare it to my, you know, in critical condition Rally Plus Tsunami. My bite handle screw is falling apart severely. It doesn't even stay in anymore. And it's starting to strip because it's titanium, so every time I tighten it, it's like, it's going to last a little shorter. But, you know, we have this, which is my current most used Balisong. I absolutely adore this thing. I love how it flips. I also cleaned up my Serif. And it reminded me why it's still my best Balisong. After giving it a clean, I will say, yeah, to get peak performance out of your Serif, you do want to take it apart and clean it every once in a while if you're not flipping it regularly. But yeah, otherwise, absolutely fantastic Balisong. This is also a fantastic Balisong. Yeah, considering getting new screws, or I might just put in back old ones. This guy here, we'll find out, you know, how does he... This thing is so comfortable. I don't know if that's because it's like it's quite a, you know, it's not beat. Like, it's not got many dents and whatnot. It's got, like, you know, it's a bit banged up there. But handle-wise, it's actually more or less okay. It really is just the blade that took the beating, but we have a trainer here as well. So I'll definitely be throwing that on as well, and, you know, you can make a comparison. You can see how they line up. Like, they're pretty close. Yeah, pretty much bang on. Trainer is nicely crowned. Actual blade is also nicely crowned. You know, it'll chaplain very, very comfortably. Some people may call this heavy, but to be honest with you, I'll have to try like longer flipping sessions. I don't think I would call this a very heavy Balisong. My only concern now is potentially not having washers for these guys. I don't know if they will take stainless hardware. I highly doubt it because I'm pretty sure these are on, you know, slightly different hardware sizings. The washers look particularly thin, and they look a bit smaller than what would go in a standard Balisong. Just because the pivots are slightly smaller as well. So I'll be playing around with that and let you guys know, for those of you who still have Chab clones. I imagine this is not sharp. Okay, yeah, this is certainly not sharp. So yeah, this is something I don't mind, you know, kind of abusing around and chopping stuff up with. It's like, you know, a proper hatchet. This is what a Chab was made to do, really, to be used like this. But yeah, I think this is really, really nice. It's quite pleasant to flip. Other than that, ring is very, very loud, but I did get this knowing that, so that's fantastic. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this little unboxing video. It's really nice to reunite with an old friend. This is the second time I've gotten back a Balisong. One was my G10 Walker, which kind of went through its paces. This has had a much nicer life away from me. But yeah, we'll have a comparison with this and this as a trainer, and what I would consider the only worthwhile challenger to, if you want a Balisong as a trainer, just to beat, for longevity's sake, there's really only one other Balisong I would consider worthwhile. And I'm only considering it, right? So I've managed to get my hands on one. It will be featured on the channel. But it's a Chab, and it's something else. It is another clone Balisong, simply because the real one is, well, I wouldn't want to beat that kind of money. But for example, I would not consider this a very good beater, because it's Chanwich. In a similar sense, I would consider this a good beater, but I would consider this a better beater, because it's channel. So that's your first clue. It's channel. It is titanium, right? That'll be your second clue. And it is a trainer, because I want this to be something that everyone can apply to. It can apply for everyone. So there's your two categories, right? And they are in a similar price bracket. I don't know how much Chabs are going for these days, but you know, when I was getting into Chabs versus the other contender, they are both in a similar price bracket. So let me know in the comments down below what you think this mystery contender could be. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe. If you're looking forward to see my rep build update, right? This is going to be a huge deal for me, at least. Yeah, if you're willing to see that, if you're looking forward to see me kind of messing around with this guy here, and if you want to see more content on the Alpha Beast, which is just one of my absolute favourite Balisong clones available at the moment. I would love a real one. They are just incredibly difficult to get a hold of, especially in this part of the world. I mean, look at that tip. Even that tip is still nicely there. It's probably still sharp as well. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.